Hi, and welcome to the Becoming Trauma-Informed podcast, where we help you understand how your past painful experiences are affecting your current reality and how you can shift those so you can create your desired future. I'm Dr. Lee, and both myself and our team at the Institute for Trauma and Psychological Safety are excited to support you on your journey. We talk about all the things on this podcast. No topic gets left uncovered. So, extending a content warning to you before we get started. If you notice yourself getting activated while listening, invitation to take care of yourself and to pause, skip ahead a bit, or just check out another episode. Let's dive in. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode. All right. So, how every time I have a guest on, I talk about how it's my favorite guest ever. This might be my favorite guest ever. Because this is my guest today is my son, Jack. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Yeah. So I was going to record a podcast with someone else earlier in the week, and that didn't work out. And so I was like, oh, I have to put a podcast episode out. And I was just thinking, like, how fun would it be if the kids got to ask me about my business? I had seen some TikToks, Jack, of like people, of these kids talking about how they're starting businesses and their parents were like, oh, I can help you with that. And they were like, what are you talking about? You don't know anything about business. And so it kind of just made me think, like, we don't talk about my business that often. And there might be questions you have.
I also have a friend that's starting a business.
You have a friend who's starting a business?
Yeah.
That's cool. So yeah, so maybe you can give her some of this information. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So, and your sister, Charlotte, also had some questions, and our oldest, Ray, wanted nothing to do with any of this. They're like, no, I'm good, bro. We're like, okay, cool. All right. So you have your list of questions. Interview me. Let's do it.
What is your favorite thing to do with your business?
What is my favorite thing to do with my business? So I think my favorite thing to do with my business is, this seems like kind of a cheesy answer, but to help people.
Yeah.
It's really fun it feels really rewarding to be able to teach people about their past painful experiences. Cause you know how I work a lot with trauma. Do you know what trauma is?
Kind of.
Do you want to explain it?
Sure.
Okay. So trauma is like all the bad things, all the painful things that have happened to you in your past that are still affecting you today. So here's an example. You remember how you had half of your lung removed when you were 4 days old? And you were 4 days old. You believe that?
I was younger.
No, you were 4 days. You thought you were younger than 4 days old? Yeah. So when you had that surgery, right? That was physical trauma. And are there still a couple effects that you have today?
Yes.
Like what happens today?
Like every once in a while I have to, like, my asthma starts to get it's like starts to hit more than other times.
Yeah.
And I start coughing a lot.
Yeah.
But I get sick, and sometimes I have to stay home from school because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't run as long as some people. I have to get a better stamina. Takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Than other people.
Exactly. So those are some after effects of that trauma that you went through, right? Now for mommy and daddy, when you were younger, when we went through that experience, we didn't have the pain that you went through with surgery or like the after effects, but that was really psychologically, mentally, emotionally hard for us, right? Now, the cool part is that you were okay, and you had some stuff happen after, but like for a while we were really scared. And so that whenever you get sick now, sometimes it's kind of scary because we remember that. So that's trauma. So it's really it's really the thing I like most is helping people understand, oh, wow, I went through this thing when I was younger and it affected me negatively in these ways. And this is how I can kind of heal from that moving forward. And there might still be some stuff left over, and that's okay. And if there is, I get to learn how to cope with it and how to work around it. So that's my favorite part.
Why did you start your own business and quit your other job as a nurse practitioner?
Okay, why did I start my own business and quit my job as a nurse practitioner? I wasn't happy,
Yeah, because you had to you would have to work all those late nights and not see us a lot.
Yeah. Do you remember how much I worked?
Yeah, 12-hour shifts.
No, I tried 20.
Yeah.
20-hour shifts,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes multiple days in a row. And it was just, and I didn't get to see you.
Yeah.
I missed a lot of your stuff, and I was tired and I was cranky. Am I a nicer mommy now?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you sleepy?
Just a little.
Yeah. I'm a nicer mommy now. Yeah. I think I was just exhausted all the time. And it sucked not getting to see you. And plus, you know, you can only help people so much when they're really, really sick. Sometimes the way in which I wanted to help people, I couldn't because of the rules and the laws. And so now I get to really choose how I help people. Yeah, there's still laws and rules, but I have a lot more flexibility in how I do it. And I look, like, it's 2:30 or it's 2 on a Friday afternoon, and you and I are recording a podcast together on your day off of school because we can.
Yeah. Okay. So what is your most popular video / post?
What's my most popular video / post, like on any platform?
Yeah.
So, I went viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have in the last
800,000, I think.
Yeah. In the last month, we've had 1.1 million views on our videos just on TikTok alone. And my most popular video is a stitch with I can't remember his name, actually.
Serotonin. Isn't it serotonin or something up there? We won't put serotonin.
Oh, about a cortisol. Yeah, not serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical, a brain chemical, but it's about cortisol. Do you know what cortisol is? So cortisol is a chemical that your body produces when you get scared, when you feel like you're being threatened. And so if something really big and scary happens to you over and over and over, you can get your body can get used to that amount of cortisol being in your system. And then when things chill out and they're nice and calm and easy,
it's just
it feels uncomfortable because you're like, where's the cortisol? I'm used to the cortisol. So it can almost become addictive. So I was explaining that healing from trauma takes time, and learning to feel comfortable and feel safe being bored and not being threatened or feeling threatened all the time, that it takes a hot minute. It takes a little bit of time. And yeah, I think we have almost 800,000 views on that one.
I saw it last, and I think it was 800,000 or 780.
Yeah, 780 or something like that. And then the follow-up video where we were talking about our 10-second protocol, that video had another 50, 60,000 views. So yeah, lots of views.
Okay. How long have you been actually doing your business, not including the time when you're doing both?
How long have I been doing my business? Since leaving?
Yeah, since leaving.
Since leaving as a nurse practitioner. So I haven't worked as a nurse practitioner since December of 2020. So how long is that? 2 years and 2 months? 2 years and 3 months?
Yeah.
I know. Can you believe it's been that long?
Yeah. It feels like a little bit longer though, but including the nurse, how long would it have been?
Including nursing. Okay, so I started doing network marketing. Do you know what network marketing is? It's basically where another company, you pay a small fee each month to sell their products and then earn money for selling their products. It's kind of almost like being an affiliate or an influencer, but it's just a different model. And so I was doing that with 2 companies for the better part of 3 or 4 years. And then I started my coaching business in 2018. And then I shifted my coaching business from mindset and life coaching to more business coaching and mindset coaching for business owners. And then I shifted to bringing the trauma informed piece in when I got certified as a trauma professional. And then we started the Institute in September 2021. So the Institute's been around for about 1.5 years. So I don't know, add all that up, 8 years?
8 years?
9 years? Something like that. Yeah. Good amount of time. I started doing network marketing when you were 1 year old. So about 9 years. Because I didn't have enough to do.
Oh, I didn't.
Did you not know that?
I didn't think it was that long.
Yeah. You're about 1 year old. You said what were the others?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Charlotte had to.
Oh, what were the other questions Charlotte had? Yes. So your twin sister, Charlotte, wanted to go play with her friend, which is cool. And she wanted to know what the most fun part of my business was and what the most stressful part of being a business owner is. And so I would say the most fun part is that I get to do what I want.
Mm-hmm. The most stressful is
Well, I think the fun part is like you get to do what you want, right? Like
Yeah.
you get to make your own schedule. You get to decide who you work with. You get to decide what you're offering. You get to decide how much you're charging. You get to be in control, which is nice because I didn't get to do that a lot when I was working for someone else. What do you think the most fun part is? Like, what's the most fun part of me owning my business for you?
that like if you were doing your other job, we wouldn't see you as much. So
Mhm.
now we can do more fun things other than just like if dad takes us somewhere.
Mhm.
I would also like for you to take us somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also it's like more fun than only having one person taking you somewhere.
Oh, you like getting to do things as a
Yeah.
whole family. Yeah.
Or like you just switch it around every once in a while.
Yeah. It used to be daddy takes you and does something, or
Yeah.
I take you and do something because we were like resting.
Uh-huh.
Whoever was home was either working or doing chores or resting
Like
because
dad's business. Dad's saying what's fun.
yeah.
What he doesn't do anymore.
Yeah. Dad's job was fun, but
Yeah.
he doesn't do it anymore. Yeah. Well, you know what daddy's doing now?
What?
Daddy's
He's helping you.
Well, daddy helps us at the institute. Daddy is one of our teachers and
Mhm.
he's one of our support coaches. And do you know what our new offer is?
No.
So it's called the Trauma Sensitive Business Collective. It actually launched this week. We just finished up the 5-day training for it last week. And it is for people who want to start a business or grow a business or evolve their business. And it's basically like, have you ever bought something from a business that just like didn't treat you very kindly?
Like it looked like it was good, but then it just after like a day, it's like gone and it didn't treat you well.
Mhm.
Like you thought it would.
Yeah, like you just didn't feel very valued as a
Yeah.
customer, right? Okay, so we help businesses make sure that this is for business owners who want to make sure that you're falling over, who want to make sure that their customers feel really good and like are supported and that they get a good product and that they're happy. And then we also want to make sure that business owners aren't stressing themselves out all the time. And like your business is supposed to be fun, right?
Mhm.
It's supposed to, like, you started it for a reason.
Not very, very, very like stressful.
Yeah.
Like not like every minute you're like, oh no, no.
Right? Like every minute you're like, fire to put out, fire to put out.
Yeah.
This is awful. This is hard. This is scary. Yeah. Like you don't want that.
Like very, very rich people kind of get that a lot
Sometimes.
more than others.
Yeah.
Because they're for less, I'm not saying, but like less rich.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's not as stressful.
Ooh.
Or it could be a little bit more because
Yeah.
you don't have
You don't have the money. So I love that you said this because we want people to make a lot of money. We want their customers to be really, really happy and satisfied. We want the business to have a positive impact on the world. And we want the business owner to not feel like they're hustling or stressing themselves out or working 100 hours a week or working with people they really don't like to and doing things they don't want to do in order to like make a lot of money. So we want to help people build, we call it mutually beneficial businesses, where everyone benefits from that business being in business. So that's the newest offer that we're putting out. And honestly, I think the most stressful part of mommy's business is remembering, like, I'm teaching all of these people how to run mutually beneficial businesses, and I need to make sure that our business stays mutually beneficial, because it is really easy for me to overwork, and it is really easy for me to be like, oh, let me just do one more thing and like not hang out with you, or and do you know mommy's business mantra? So my business, what's a mantra again? A mantra is where it's a saying or a phrase that like reminds you of something that you want to remember. It embodies like who you want to be. You keep yawning. You good?
Yeah.
So my mantra is what's good for me and what's good for my family is good for my business. So notice the order that goes in. I got to make sure that I'm healthy and I'm good, because when I'm healthy and I'm good, I can take care of y'all better. I don't put my business before you. If I have to choose work over y'all all the time. I didn't have a choice. I had to work. And so now, as often as I can, I'm going to choose you and your siblings and your dad over the business. Well, and ideally, what I'm going to do is find a solution that works for both, right? Where I don't have to sacrifice my business and what it needs in order to meet your needs. It's not an either or. It gets to be a both and. That makes sense? Anything else you want to know? No? Okay, cool. That was easy. So if you listen to this and you want to check out our Trauma Sensitive Business Collective, y'all also have to maybe get the YouTube version of this because my son's making googly eyes at y'all right now. Are we not putting the video out on this?
No.
We'll see.
No.
Well, okay, just put it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're interested in joining the collective and running a business where, you know, your family does get to get prioritized and you get to hang out with your kids and have fun with them, then the collective is definitely for you. And we invite you to join us. So the next round of the collective starts March 2nd. We are going to open it up every 3 months to 30 new entrepreneurs. So if you would like to be one of those 30, we have 20 spots left right now. We're about a third full already, which is exciting, as of Friday, February 17th. So if you'd like to join us, join us. We'd love to have you. Check out the link in the bio, and yeah, see you inside. Want to say bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Invitation to head to our show notes to check out the offers and connections we mentioned. Or you can just head straight over to institutefortrauma.com and hop in our email list so that you never miss any of the cool things that we're doing over at the Institute. Invitation to be well and to take care of yourself this week, and we'll see you next time.